I don't want a man to come into my life and treat my son like my son is his, because my son ain't ever going to be his. There's a special kind of relationship that he would have to have with my son. It takes a special type of man to take care of a child that isn't his. Men tend to treat their own children better than they treat other children, just naturally. So I'm not expecting a man to come around and treat my son like he would treat his own son. When I say this on Instagram, a man came in and argued me down about that shit. Like, oh, it's the same for the kid. I bet it is the same for the kid, because the kid ain't gonna know no better, right? My son ain't gonna know the difference, right? But the reality of the situation is as follows. My son has a father. His father pays child support. My son gonna have to know that his father pays child support. My son needs to know the difference between a deadbeat dad, a real dad, a half-ass dad, a weekend dad, a summertime dad. He needs to know that there are different types of dads out there. And the only type of dad he needs to be is the good dad. He can still be a good dad and be the stepdad. Those are two things you can be simultaneously. This goddamn light. I'm not going to sit here and lie to my son. I need for him to understand. I need for him to know that it's men out there that have the actual audacity to abandon their children, and he better not be one. So yeah, an amazing stepfather can come into my son's life. My son gonna learn about reality, not the fantasy of the situation. Because the fantasy of the situation can harm him later on when he gets older. Right now, all my son knows is he has a good mother. A mother who chose to stay in his life when his father wanted to put him in the foster care system. And I don't care how many people judge me, dangling disdain on the title of a single mother. But I'd be damned if I was going to be guilty of putting another black man in the system because another black man sold me a fairy tale about being a husband and a father. We all get duped sometimes and buy into some bullshit. And I had to take accountability for that. And the only way that I could do that is by being his mother, handling my business and taking responsibility. And this time, I'm going to make a better choice than I made last time. I learned a valuable lesson about fathers. And I know what kind of father I want my son to be. And in order for me to teach him not to be nothing like his own father and to be more like a good stepfather or to be a better biological father to his own kids, I got to be honest with him. And I want a man in my life that can be honest with him too.